My name is Jenna Weber, and I did a presentation on active listening. The definition of active listening is a communication technique that is used in many different situations and which requires the listener to give feedback verbally and non-verbally. When you do active listening, it is not just hearing, but it is to give full concentration on the speaker. Active listening involves all senses. The listener needs to give full attention to the speaker and with what they have to say. If you don't give the speaker full attention, the speaker may think what they are talking about is uninteresting. The senses that I think are important to use is eyes, ears, body movement, and what and when you speak. Eyes. Eye contact is very vital during a conversation. When you are listening, you should have eye contact 70% of the time. This skill can be developed and can be used to make presentations stronger. 55% of the meaning in our words is derived from facial expressions. So remember, when you look at the speaker, you should smile. Ears. Ears are very super important sense to have while listening. Everyone is good at hearing, but it takes great skill to be an active listener 100% of the time. Only 2% of people have any formal education on how to listen. One interesting fact I found was that 38% of the meaning of a word is in how the words are said. The third sense is body movement and posture. When you sit up straight, hands down or in your lap, and feet on the floor, it shows the speaker you are interested in hearing and what they have to say. Do not slouch and cross your arms, it gives off a negative vibe. The last sense is the words you speak and when. It is good to agree with by saying yes or simply to encourage them to continue. Remember to not interrupt them while they are speaking. Wait until the speaker is done talking to give input or to summarize the information they have gathered. Listening is the most important fundamental component for interpersonal communication skills. Listening should remain neutral and non-judgmental. The 3 P's to go by is patience, pauses, and periods. Patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting upset. Listening is not something that just happens. Listening is a process in which a conscious decision is made to listen and to understand the messages of the speaker. Pauses is to stop for a brief period in time. Listeners should not be tempted to jump in with questions or comments every time there are a few seconds of silence. Then there are short periods of silence. Active listening involves giving other person time to explore their thoughts and feelings. They should therefore be given adequate time for that. Active listening involves nonverbal signs such as smiling, eye contact, posture, mirroring, and distractions. Smile. Smiles can show that listeners is paying attention and happy about the messages being received. Eye contact. It is normal and is encouraged for listeners to look at the speaker, but remember you have to gauge how much eye contact is appropriate for any given situation. Posture. Posture means that you lean slightly forward, slight slant of the head, and resting the hand on one hand, so they sit right on top of each other. Mirroring can express sympathy and empathy about the information you are receiving from the speaker. Active listening also involves verbal signs. These are remembering, questioning, reflection, clarification, and summarization. Remembering. Remembering details, ideas, and concepts from previous conversations proves that attention was kept and is likely to encourage the speaker to continue. Questioning. This is when the listener can demonstrate that they have been paying attention by asking relevant questions and or making statements that build or help clarify what the speaker has said. Reflection is repeating or paraphrasing what the speaker has said. It shows the speaker that you will understand what they are saying. Clarification is when you ask questions. Most of the time, it will be open-ended questions such as who, what, when, where, and how. These questions are not to be answered with a simple yes or no. And lastly, it is summarization. This is repeating a summary of what has been said back to the speaker.